Hi there. This is a song I wrote for anyone wondering what the heck permaculture is. I hope you enjoy. Permaculture design, just finished up my course. Wanna take it home, take the world on a tour de force of fruits and trees, flowers and bees, sprouts and seeds, enough for you and me. First come the earth, yeah, you got to take care of it. Then come the people, then each his fair share of it. Designed for the earth and you design for yourself. Help design a world better for you and everybody else. Yeah, principle one, observe and interact, or you won't get far, man, that is just a fact. Principle two, capture and store energy. Put the water in the ground instead of washing out the sea. Principle three is often so tasty. It's obtain a yield no matter what you grow. It got to eat, to work, to live, to make it worth all the hoeing. Principle four, I keep you on track, self-regulate and accept feedback. By that I mean you got to know that things change. Don't be afraid to learn from nature's ways. Because first come the earth, yeah, you got to take care of it. And then come the people and each his fair share of it. Designed for the earth and you design for yourself. Help design a world better for you and everybody else. Principle five, it's better to be renewable. Hydroelectric, solar power, it's super doable. You don't need a tractor if you got a horse. If you got two hands, you don't need brute force. Principle six, waste is an illusion. Nature recycles all while we waste time in confusion. Principle seven, design for power.
So a little background about myself, just to kind of put it all together, is a couple of years ago, I have that little camcorder, actually a flip cam at the time. I was going around and I was interviewing permaculturists and interviewing farms like Sweetwater Farm. And I started a YouTube series and it's grown. There's about 70 videos. And last year I attempted to do a crowdfunding because I want to do a documentary about Tampa Bay. I saw Tampa Bay was really happening. There's a lot of cool stuff. I wanted to share it with people. And it kind of failed, but I learned a lot about it and I learned how to crowdfund and I did a successful one following that. So what I had proposed in this group is that maybe focusing on one bioregion is just not enough. Maybe we need to focus a documentary on what is happening in Florida with permaculture. And so we got together and Jason is going to talk a little bit, Jason, right? Okay, great. He's going to talk a little bit about what we could do on a weekly and monthly, but initially we would like to create a documentary using really good gear, good editing, good sound, and make it a beautiful film to showcase what everyone's doing all around Florida to get people involved and to care about it.
Yeah.
And tying in the funding of the projects, there was a really, I come from Newport Richey, and all of my youth call it Newport Nowhere and Newport Roxy because we have a huge prescription pill problem. And there was a gentleman, he started Pasco Films. He wanted to start a film company to get people to get into the film industry. And his first film, he crowdfunded for it to get started. And it's called Farm Boy. It's all about pharmaceuticals in Pasco. And anyways, this gentleman, what he did is he started the film and he was going to showcase it at a movie theater. And then any profit that came from that would get redistributed to 4 or 5 nonprofits that were in the area working on, you know, that problem. And so what I was imagining, and I proposed to Chris and some of the other group members, is we could put this project together, create a film, and then you as your own individual bioregions could showcase that film and have it in your movie theaters, and then any collection of money could go towards your projects in your area. So it could be a funding source for you as well. Go ahead, Marcus.
Yeah, I just wanted to know, like, I'm super excited about this. I wanted to know if we started a Kickstarter, how many of you would want to put funds towards this to help them make this happen? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So we'll fund you and make it happen.
Go.
Do it.
All right, well, I'm going to hand it over to Jason. We want to initially do a project, but then from that project, we'll go on to more content on a regular basis.
Yeah. So one of the things that came up in the discussion is that up until now, most organizations, have a monthly newsletter. Attention is shifting online. People are bombarded with information every day. Why can't we bombard them with what we're doing? Yesterday I sat down here and I heard about so many amazing projects that are going on. If I break down my time over the course of a year, I don't know that I'm going to have time to travel to every single one. So why don't we bring that information to you? Why don't we have regular podcasts and interviews? We could have 3-minute little features on, a project happening in Tampa or Tallahassee. We could also have an hour-long podcast, regular podcasts about things like hugelkultur. I don't know much about hugelkultur. I'd like to, bring the information to you. So what we're thinking is, we'd like to incorporate, say, a media hub, almost like our own news network, so that we're regularly engaging all of us,
PNN.
as well as anybody else. Pardon?
PNN.
PNN. There we go. So what we'd like to do is, it's important to document this process, to document what we're doing, so that the larger public and then the youth can see what we're doing and understand what we're doing. So that's what we'd like to do. We'd like to build PNN, starting with Florida. So we'd like to keep this conversation going. Come talk to any of us. We're going to be having some meetings over the course of the next few weeks to just see how we can start just getting out there and interviewing. Johnny Dame spoke yesterday, and I was like, I want to hear more, but I would watch him every week. So that's what we want to do, and that's what we're going to do. So we'd love your support in doing that.
Awesome.
And just to follow up, I don't think these conversations need to end just because we're all going to leave. I have access to a website called Maestro Conference. So I can start conference calls anytime you all want. We were going to start one on around 9 or 10 o'clock at night and just have a conference call. But if you all want to have conference calls for any other subject, you can come with me and I can get you access to this software, and we could set something up where you can have conference calls on whatever subject that you want.
Yeah.
Plus, you could just use Skype.
Yeah. I mean, we have the technology, so there's no reason why what's happening here can't continue on a weekly basis.
Will you post information on when you're meeting and how to get in touch with you guys on the Florida Permaculture community site that's already been created on Facebook?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Are there people here that don't have computer or high-tech access and they need help? No?
Well, my problem is I'm remote and it's hard to download videos. I don't have a strong enough.
Well, we're hoping to, use every form of media possible. So the written word, video, audio. So no matter what your favorite way of informing yourself is, we want to give you information through that stream. So if you prefer for us to mail you a newsletter every month, snail mail, we can do that. We'd like to be able to do that.
Email.
Our
I
email,
have a
yeah.
satellite. I don't have a cable line.
Right.
Internet. So because of that, it's
And just because we're in this media talk, whoever is doing a website, let's get together and let's merge it and integrate it together where you have a directory and films and podcasts.
Yeah, nice.
I saw a question right over there.
You could also just record the conference calls because the audio download is much quicker than the intensive video. By the way,
Right.
you should have your stuff up because it's very informative. Yeah.
I'll be glad to contribute everything I got.
Jason?
I want to say thank you guys so much for this. This is awesome. We're going to be doing this after lunch as well. I think we should continue forward because everyone has a lot of really great information and that can really help bring Florida Permaculture together stronger than ever before. I would love to help participate in that after lunch.
Cool.
All right, no problem.